experienced industry business leader and a mentor. He has recently launched next-gen mentorship platform MentorCard for various target mentee groups, example students, working professionals, leaders, entrepreneurs, and startups. This platform is launched and and recognized by Startup India scheme under Government of India. MentorCard was founded by him and his team with mission to provide access to mentors for everyone on a digital platform with easy availability where experts from various industries can be your mentor and get direct assistance from leading professionals across the globe. Overcome challenges to achieve your personal and professional goals, learn a new job oriented skill, and be successful. He has more than 25 years' experience in successful business leadership, led teams and organizations to innovate, build, implement business solutions and products in the field of technology and services for customers across 20 plus countries. After successful career as IT professionals for around 20 plus years, he decided to step into the journey of entrepreneur and founded IoT World Labs, known as D4DT, headquarters based out of Seattle, USA. D4DT developed and launched digital transformation platform for global market and acquires customers in multiple countries. It runs on futuristic technologies like IoT, machine learning, artificial intelligence, big data. This global startup is growing fast in a very short span of time of over 3 years. He has made successful exit from D4DT in April 2020. We are privileged to have you, sir, here, and I feel honored to welcome you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, good afternoon. So I requested everybody to be here post lunch, right? How many heard that my request? So all of you are here, and we have 50% still outside, maybe joining or something. So as I said to you, I'm going to talk about you. Okay? You as a young youth student who are about to pass out in few years or maybe sooner, right? You are in second year, third year? Also same groups like? Second, first. Okay. So we'll talk about that. I have few questions before we start. And those questions are basically related to you. These are my 4 questions. Do you want to be successful? Yes. Healthy, happy, wealthy? That's what we all want, right? But how? So for each one of these, what is to be done? We'll talk about in future. There was a topic said that Startup India case study, right? So MentorCard is all about skilling youth. Skilling youth for the future job roles, profiles, whatever you are going to do in the companies. But before that, what do we skill you for? That has to be come from you, right? What's your eligibility? What's your interest? What's your hobbies? What's your, ultimately that decides. So we started this MentorCard as an initiative 2 years back, keeping this in mind that we will be kind of a finishing school concept for all of you who are passing out, and we will bridge the gap what we are teaching or what we are learning in college and this over a layer of industry experience or industry job roles so that you become employable. That's the concept, and we all have to be employable. If we are not employable, we are of no use, right? For getting employable, you need to have certain skills. A skill of your choice, what do you want to do, right? And sometimes it changes also over the period of time, and I'll talk about it. So, but ultimately for every of us, these four things are important, right? But we have to define in ourselves that, okay, what are those things? Like, I want to be successful. Everybody will say, I want to be successful. But what is the definition? And it varies from every individual to individual. For you, something may be success. For me, it may not be. So until we decide that what I am going to be successful on or for, how will I be, right? So to achieve these, all of these things, first we need to make sure that we define our success. So it varies from individual to individual, and it varies from time to time also. Probably what you are studying in college today, your success criteria is that I have passed out. Somebody say I pass out with CGPA 9, right? Somebody will say, let me pass out and I'll do something else. So for everybody there is a clear milestone has to be there in your mind, and you have to be clear about it. Why are you doing that? For happy, once you achieve, once you follow, obviously you will feel happy. If you do not decide what is a success for you, you will never feel happy, because you haven't decided what will make you happy, right? So we have to decide that. Healthy, we all know. By the way, today's youth still do a lot of exercising and all that, right? So healthy is not about only exercise, it's mental, physical, all across, that all have to be do, right? And wealthy is basically, we need money, we need things too. But whatever we do in our life for our living, that will create that wealth, right? And that wealth has to be carried forward. So as the question is, how? And I will link with Future Skill, which Startup India and MentorCard is working together. That how should be known for everybody. And how do we define that? There are certain areas and practices we all follow. Correct? तो हम करते क्या हैं? What do we do generally when we have doubts about how do we do that? How do we successful? How do we happy, healthy, or particular milestone, which degree, what course, which program, which company, which job role, all that. When we are in that confusion state, what we do? We ask people, right? We take opinion, advices, help. We look for somebody, right, who can help me to, decide, or maybe I take input from various places. So we ask family, friends, teachers, professors. We go to Quora, type our question, and those people make me more confused, right? Because everybody talks about different thing. Go to Reddit, do Google search. आज की यूथ जो है गूगल सर्च और कोरा ज़्यादा करती है, by the way. And when we were making a mentor card, we did a research where youth of your age group go and ask about their problem. Actually, they hardly ask. They more search. That's the result says, right? The search are millions and millions, right? And the particular kind of questions also are, if you see, are same. But what we need actually, which we are going to talk today, is a structured approach to solve those questions or problems. That is what is required for all of us to do. And as the topic says, we have a startup, and either we go for a startup or we go for a job, or some stage of our life we go to startup or entrepreneurship. At this stage we go to suppose job, and we are going to touch both things. So somebody who is decided about entrepreneurship, what they should be doing, somebody who is decided with employability and employment, what they should be doing. These two tracks I will take it, run it fast, okay? But we need to have a structured approach. So we'll talk about path kya hai. These are the two paths. I told you, one for business side, one for employment side. You start from college days and not after finishing your. So if you are in second year, start thinking and working on it now. Before, once you finish your degree, what will happen? More confusion. एक होता ना, important task, there is an urgent task, there is a super urgent task, and there is some task which करना ही पड़ेगा अभी, नहीं तो गया. So let's not make this task or plan or our career to last minute. Start working now. So that's what it means. What you need is what you are doing today, yesterday, tomorrow or day before yesterday, that you have been talking to mentors and other people who have done something and trying to grasp, what you should do. But that has to continue. So make a plan to continue. And that's what mentor card does, is that you come to platform and you continue this journey. Now say mentorship is first thing. What next? Based on that, you will decide which skill I need. Correct? You will decide which skill I need to ultimately choose my path. So until you discuss, plan, get mentored, and then finally you decide, okay, this is the path. Now, after that you acquire that skill. And if you're going for an employment path, you decide that particular profile or job role. Then you go to the employment of that particular area and then do it. And there are steps, you can always find out. Or this program is all about entrepreneurship. You take this route and you either start your startup, own a business, not necessary to be startup, but own a business, or how many of you have family business? There are people, or join their family business, right? Or do freelancing. Now, most of the entrepreneurs who start the startup at an early stage, means finishing the career, finishing the college or during the college. I've been mentoring to many of the startups. One of the startup, by the way, when you go to my LinkedIn profile, you'll find in some of the startup on the board, right? So board of advisor, whereas there is one company called in the quantum computing space. All of you from technology, right? So you understand quantum computing? Okay. So there's a quantum computing startup. All of those people have started that initiative when they were in college. Now they are doing PhDs. And they raised 3 rounds of funding already. So sometime freelancing is being done by the future entrepreneurs for living. So what they do, suppose somebody is good in some skill और उससे थोड़ा अपना पैसा कमाना शुरू कर दिया, but focus is particular area of a startup which they want to build. So in that case what happens? They find the way to earn money and there is no pressure of that daily routine, daily money what they need, they are able to make it, and they are still focusing on the startup. So that's certainly people do. So all kind of options on entrepreneurs are open for you. It is not necessary that you have to open only company and then only it can be done. It takes time, it's a path, it's a journey. Even if you study about any of these people in India, starting from Paytm or you go to Elon Musk type, you will get all this background there, right? Now, so how many of you have decided which way you will go? Which way? So let's say raise the hand for employment first. Okay, and how many of you are going to look for entrepreneurship? At some stage, not necessary, but yeah, there are people who want to do it actually, right? So plan this in this way. There is one more big problem in front of us, which I was talking about, is is what we are studying and what we are doing that. There is nothing wrong in that. It's required, it's foundation. But career is that jump. It looks like a very tough task here, but you can make it very easy. How? Like you're sitting here and learning few things. Similarly, while you are doing college, whatever passion or interest you decide to do, you start learning from outside also, from net or other conferences, seminars, all that. Spend some time on that area. It will bridge that gap and you become more employable. That's what we need. So when the companies come for campus, you are able to talk the language. They do not expect much from you, but they expect actually that how much you are interested in what you are doing. To be honest, as an interviewer, I've done this and I've been doing this now also. What I look at in fresher is basically very simple, that attitude towards learning. And you will be surprised to know, I don't know about you, but maximum time the question comes, what is the office timing? What is the holiday timing? What is the weekends? And we leave those candidates just like that, even if they enter into the interview. And by the way, I offer two of the students who will ask most of the questions. You can submit all of you can create a profile on MentorCard. By the way, when you go to mentorcard.com, I'll show you the barcode. You can go create your resume there itself, but I'll offer two of you to be an entrepreneurship, to the internship if you want to get into us with us on the tech area. But you have to appear for certain things, right? So once you create profile, you will get this test link. You can grade the test. That AI will conduct the test for you, okay, and then we screen it. So it's open for offer for you. So what is the difference here is job placement only in selected programs, lack of clarity, skill and opportunity, and job roles so much needed by industry, but we don't catch up them. However, it does not take much time because 4-year degree is a lot of time. 4 years is lot of time for getting obsolete also. Nahin? Irrelevant. Your skill, not the degree. That's going to be there and that is going to help you whole of your life. But you have to be relevant. It's as simple as that. Whatever you take, device or gadgets or service you take from anybody, you want perfect things, right? You want स्मार्ट थिंग्स. किसी का ऐप नहीं चलता तो आप स्विच कर जाते हो, मोबाइल अच्छा नहीं लगता तो आप चेंज कर लेते हो, करते हो ना? तो वैसे ही आपका इंडस्ट्री भी आपके साथ करेगा अगर आप रिलेवेंट नहीं होंगे, अपग्रेड नहीं होंगे. सो दैट इज ऑल्सो इम्पॉर्टेंट. I said yesterday also, what we biggest mistake we do is we target job, not the job role or a profile or a career. Why we do that? Because we decide at the last minute. When there is no option left, degree is about to finish, so go and sit in the placement and मेरे से कुछ भी करा लो, type, you know. So that's how it works. But if you plan well, you will be able to target well. I see many of the students have not appeared for placement, but they got selected in big companies because they made a plan how they want to go for it, and they took, you know, outrightly that. Strategy क्या है फिर? Decide on job role, start learning, networking. I think Uday sir also has mentioned yesterday. Networking is what? It's not a big thing. Networking is very simple. If I come here, you ensure you are connected with me and keep taking advantage or benefits of our experience, network and all. I was telling you that I also run a startup which is MentorCard. I also raise fund. So whatever I have done in my previous avatar, that entire network helped me to do that. From one investor to 10 more to 100. And that's how it works. So networking is very important for even getting a job. Build up your professional network and ultimately start targeting your dream job in a company. These are the steps. You can take this PPT, by the way. What we do at MentorCard, we work with universities and colleges, and I propose that with WIFs also we will sign some kind of partnership. And on the other hand, we sign partnership with companies. And in between, we train you for your skill required, and then we match it. Simple. So then we go to company, say, hey, I have these many people ready with some gap filled for a skill, and you can have a ticket, look at it, and then do it. That's what we do. And we'll talk about 6 mantras, but before I do that, I want to run one video and see whether it connects you. I will run 2 videos. Video 1 is this. Video 2 I will run in the end. Okay. So can you run it for me? It was in a download folder.
कोई बात नहीं यार, फर्स्ट ईयर में बहुत लोग फेल होते हैं, अगले साल फिर ट्राई कर लेना। हाँ, फिर नहीं पास हो गया। हाँ, करियर के सारे ऑप्शन हो गए यार, सेल्स, मार्केटिंग, डेटा साइंस, सॉफ्टवेयर, हायर एजुकेशन, गवर्नमेंट जॉब। हाँ, ये सीधा स्टार्टअप। मोर ऑप्शंस मतलब मोर कंफ्यूजन। बस कर।
Not many have the right mentors, and MentorCard industry experts handle you to learn new skills and build bright futures.
Important is, can you switch back? Important is what stage we are in. We have to move out of this stage and bring clarity in our mind what we want to do. And half of your problem will be solved because you decided. Once you decide, then you can take it further. Can you bring up the PPT, please? Okay. So we were at this, right? So we have done it. Now there are 6 mantras which I was talking about. Actually, there are 7. I spoke some of them yesterday. That first we need to decide if we have to make ourselves clear what we are supposed to do. Then we have to decide what is our purpose, the motive we need to set. The second is we have to be flexible. Suppose before pandemic, somebody decided to do something. Okay, suddenly pandemic came. Now if you become rigid, you will lose the time. So you have to be flexible and resilient, right? That if required, you are able to change your mind. Your ultimate goal is something else. Maybe the path you have to change, right? Then third is your inner strength. Not only physical, but your inner strength in terms of you have to improve, which you call the muscle power. Fourth is, I also said yesterday about the communication, which is how do you communicate, whom do you communicate, when do you communicate, what do you communicate, that all is important. In what situation and all, right? These are a few tips. And ultimately, no shortcut. No shortcut. There has to be a method which you are supposed to follow, which has to be the correct method. Sometimes we take shortcuts and we back into problems, right? Sixth is important is have somebody as your mentor who has done it in the past, right? Not too many people can be mentored like Cora. You have to decide one or two. You may decide for different area a different person. That's a different thing, right? And seventh is super important, which is networking. These are 6 mantras we are supposed to do. This was for people all in common, also for career who are going to be for employment side. What about entrepreneurship? There are a few warnings I would like to give here. Top reason for not to be an entrepreneur. We need to be clear why are we going to be that route. And those top reasons are, if you really want external motivation to motivate you to do something. Because entrepreneur has supposed to motivate others. In all circumstances, they always are motivated to do something. So don't do that. If you want to make quick and lot of money, if it is looks like, oh wow, startup करो उसके बाद तो millions, अगर आपने वो thought process बनाया तो फिर problem है, because only on the tip of the iceberg you are able to see what it has gone through to build that. You don't even know. I told you my story also, right? You go on peak of your career, leave it, start again from zero. It's not easy, right? Then, if you become easily discouraged, entrepreneurs are supposed to be very super strong. Well, they don't care about anything. They don't care about their vision, their mission, and in the process, whatever comes, they try to handle it the best. But the main objective will be this, right? If you can't handle stress, you get panic. If you lose something, right? If you are a perfectionist, if you want everything to be perfect, हो ही नहीं सकता. No, it's very difficult. So when I launched my first beta of the mentor card on the store, so people start commenting, oh, इसमें ये नहीं चल रहा, वो नहीं चल रहा, ये problem है, वो problem है, right? So you get the feedback. But if you get stressed with that, then you have to face that, right? If you can't handle criticism, कितना criticism होता है हमारे देश में entrepreneurs के लिए? Every day on social media, they are fired every day like anything, right? Whatever they do, good or bad. We all use Paytm, but we, somehow we don't like him. Despite he has done millions of jobs created, right? So I'm saying this is something which is, you have to have very strong this thing. If you're not a number person, if number motivate you, if number doesn't drive you, if you're an entrepreneur, you have to be driving something, right? Which is numbers. Number of customers, number of this, dollars, money, everything is number. People, right? So that has to be there. If you can't take risk, by the way, we all take risk. How do you define the risk, like in terms of what do you do with risk? Suppose to take any decision, you feel that this is a failure हो जाएगा, risk है. फिर क्या करते हो? क्या करते हो? कितना लॉस है? Probability. What else? So I define in 3 stages, right, what you do. Risk either can be mitigated by taking certain steps. हाँ ठीक है, ये ले लिया safety हो गया, ठीक है, ये नहीं होएगा. Or it can be transferred to third party. हम अपनी लाइफ का रिस्क किसको डालते हैं? इंश्योरेंस कंपनी को डालते हैं, पॉलिसी ले लेते हैं और खुश हो जाते हैं, राइट? हेल्थ का किस पे डालते हैं? पॉलिसी लेके हैप्पी, ट्रांसफर कर दिया, टेकन केयर. और एंटरप्रेन्योर कौन से वाला रिस्क लेता है पता है? एक्सेप्ट है, रिस्क तो है. Go ahead. So that is something, है, रिस्क तो है, देखी जाएगी. right? So something like that is I'm talking about. If you can't bear losses, if you are a person जिसका 10 रुपये का नोट घूम जाए ना और शाम तक आपको नींद नहीं आता ना को अगर तो एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप कभी नहीं करना, राइट? क्योंकि वो हमेशा होने वाला है. Some or other losses you are going to have all the time. So instead of saying you why you should do entrepreneurship, I said, why you should not. And then if you do not fit here, either you correct yourself if you really want to do it, and then take that as a risk and go ahead, right? Another point of getting into entrepreneurship is that you should be clear, all of you are technology people, and sometimes we do this mistake. We think that technology is everything. So my question to you is technology drive business or business drive technology? Tell me. Symbiotic. Business drive technology, somebody said, right? Tell me, if you don't want to communicate, does any of the social media will exist? आप डिसाइड कर लो, आज नहीं चाहिए मेरे को व्हाट्सएप, तो नहीं चाहिए. Got it? So who is driving that? Need. Business. If there is a requirement of something to be done, you may use technology to scale, innovate, make. अगर वो 1 लाख का प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व कर रहे हैं तो मिलियंस लोगों के पास चले जाओगे, बिकॉज टेक्नोलॉजी यू आर यूजिंग. टेक्नोलॉजी इज रिक्वायर्ड, इज फंडामेंटली रिक्वायर्ड, बट टू स्केल, to make it simple. Because there so many technology was built, but they never worked out. क्यों? क्योंकि वो चाहिए नहीं लोगों को. Second thing is, what drives innovation is that need which exists, or you create the need. Or you create the need. So when you are building a startup, you should have these answers, and I'll talk about what are the answers you should have, right? Does every invention become business? No. Why they don't become business? Because somebody is not paying for it, right? So what is the key message? Solves problem of a customer is key to success in any startup. So identify that problem, solve it, and for that the person is willing to pay or whatever it is, right? So if you are ready to launch your startup, time to ask yourself these 6 questions. What pain point are you solving? What pain point are you trying to solve? Who are you solving it for? Somebody was asking me yesterday about the target group, right? You. So TG is important, irrespective of whatever you are building. If you haven't defined the TG, you can't build a good product, right? Then how are you trying to solve it? Is anybody else is also doing it, right? Or can you do it differently from them, which will create your USP, correct? Can you charge your customers, and how much? How much is important here? Whether it recovers your cost and gives you profit. Else also it will not survive. It may not necessarily that direct customer pays you, but indirect customer also pays you, right? So Facebook का आप तो नहीं देते खर्चा, but actually आप ही देते हो indirectly, because पे ad चलता है, फिर आप कुछ खरीदते हो या engagement करते हो, then you get paid for it, or any of the platform for that matter. So I'll leave you with these 2 things also. There are 2 things are important when you start a startup. Decide whether you are solving a problem or you are addressing a need. Need is what? Suppose I was supposed to come from Noida, but I need is a vehicle, transport, need है. People are going to move from here and to there, within city, outside city, cross nations, need है. अब वो नीड बन चुका है. अब उस नीड का जो वट एवर यू आर डूइंग उसका एक्सपीरियंस आप बेटर करते जा रहे हो, by doing various things. So some startups coming in that area. Well, the problem is basically when you specifically address certain issues or problems, right, in a business, which is generally B2B in nature. What pain are you solving? And market need is, which is basically specific problem, right? And what gain are you creating? Need is, like example is entertainment, everybody needs it. Healthy diet, yeah, we need it. I want to communicate with everyone. These are the needs, right? Problems like cyber security, business, sales, all these businesses problem, right? There are 3 stages of a startup. How many of you know? 3 stages of a startup? First, yeah, which one? First is early stage or ideation, जहाँ पे आप अपना decide करते हो कि which problem I'm going to solve. You decide why startup, validating your idea, and then incubation, going to college and getting incubated, or outside college you getting incubated, accelerated, get some small funding. And this early stage funding is not like that, investor wala funding. Self, family, friend, little bit, money which you are going to spend. Second stage is like when you build your MVP, prototype, staging, and then you deliver it and create a product which is required, right, in the market, and probably going to Startup India, taking help and everything. And third stage is when you have early traction. You have customers, you have partners, you have brand, you have you need to learn investor term sheet, etc. So these are the third stage, which is the startup, anybody do it. So solving a problem or addressing a need, what are these doing? कौन कौन क्या कर रहा है बताओ? What Amazon is doing now? Addressing need हो गया, क्योंकि प्रॉब्लम जो थी वो सॉल्व करके उसने नीड क्रिएट कर दी मार्केट में, राइट? नाउ यू गो फर्स्ट ऑनलाइन. Even if you are not buying, you will go and check online price, right? And you will go and say, online पे इतने में मिल रहा है, right? And that's still you don't want to buy because you want to have physical touch of that probably device or something which you are buying, or probably you don't have full trust. So you are checking all that, right? What is what now? Now it's need, right? Problem they solved long back when people have a pricing is not structured, the drivers are doing anything, there's no control, no security, no safety, all that was problem, right? Today at least you take any cab, you know कि आपने ये cab लिया था, you're safely, there is a record, you have taken that. So all that thing will go on, right? Netmeds, solve problem. Tracto, solving problem, not addressing need. So these are the things you need to remember, keep in mind when you are building your startup. What Netflix is doing? Need, entertainment, right? This is very important slide. If you want to take a snap, you can take it. Whatever you do in your life, whether it's a career or a business, this is the kind of pyramid you should have in your mind, where you set your core values, fundamentals, which will stay with you for always, forever, and everybody should have it. Purpose is life of leader. You set up a why for you, why you are doing what you are doing. You should have very clear cut, defined वो 6 mantra में बताया था मैंने, purpose and motive. Then where you want to go, what is your target, which is from 3 to 5 years from now, where you want to go. What is that success looks like after 3 years for you or 5 years for you, that is to be defined. And then set your goal, what that you want to achieve in a year. Remember, you have to make a smaller milestones, right, to achieve something, right? Suddenly you cannot have big blast, So you'll have to have that goal set. And then quarterly, that action has to be taken to do things like that. And then you have a weekly schedule, and ultimately who's responsible for it? ने प्लेसमेंट नहीं दिलाया, नहीं होता ऐसा. Who will employ yourself? You will employ yourself, right? They can give you opportunities. They cannot make you meet final goals, right? That you have to do it. So that accountability lies with you. That whatever you do, you feel that you own it. Whether if it is a failure, it's a learning for me, I'll not make mistake again and I'll go forward, right? This is the barcode you can scan and sign up on the platform, or you can directly also go and do it. And again, skill of the future is nothing called skill of the future actually. Skill of every day, right? And for making everyday skill you are supposed to do is what make yourself continue to be relevant and consistently working on it. That's how it is, and I think so give it to Madhav sir. Got it? Any question? By the way, I'm ready to take few questions. I offered 2 internship, so based on that, ask me a question. However, everybody should create a profile, and you can start learning there. Yes.
Sir, I have been having this question since yesterday.
Please go on.
I just wanted to ask what are the criteria that you have in your mind while interviewing someone or telling someone that something is good or
Very good. So, whom I am interviewing depends on that. Okay. So, for example, I am interviewing a fresher candidate. I have a very different agenda. I try to find out few things in every person, as just most of the interviewer does. I said attitude is a very general terms, but what that attitude means. For example, what is the first common question interviewer asks you? Oh, tell me about yourself. आप वहीं पास फेल हो जाते हो, वो पता है, वहीं हो जाते हो. My interview will fail there or pass there. You know what I am doing? By asking that question, I am giving you open slate. You don't have to allow me to speak, bhai. If somebody allowing me to ask a question all the time, then it means it is not for you. I am not here to ask questions, I am here to listen from you. Interviewer want to first thing is they want to listen you. They want to know what have you done in those 4 years, 5 years. आपको question बोला, tell me about yourself. You tell ना everything. Very interesting thing I'll tell you on this question. It's a very good question. It's a very, very important question. So when you go to mentor card, you make a profile, and when you make a profile, the biggest problem we have solved is resume creation. Because most of the student doesn't know how to write resume or क्या लिखें क्या ना लिखें. So उसमें हमने tabs बना दिए. आप tabs को fill करते जाओ. उसके बाद भी challenge आ रहा है. जैसे उसमें लिखा है experience. Now you guys मेरे को तो experience ही नहीं है. Experience doesn't mean only work experience भाई. वो तो हमें पता है you are fresher. You are creating fresher resume. कुछ नहीं experience है, ये experience नहीं है. इस पे बोल डालोगे 1 घंटा बोलना चाहो तो, right? So मेरा point ये है कि you speak. So when you are being asked a question, say tell me about yourself, it's a clean slate. That will define you what you tell. In that you cover everything. You don't shy कि मेरे को इतना टाइम इतनी देर तक आंसर करूंगा. उससे क्या होगा, जितना ज़्यादा बोलोगे इंटरव्यू क्वेश्चन उसी में से पूछेगा. सपोज आपने बोला आई लाइक पाइथन, दीज आर माई इंटरेस्ट एरिया, आई डिड दिस प्रोजेक्ट, बस अगला क्वेश्चन वहीं से आएगा. जैसे तुम रुकोगे वहीं से आएगा. सो यू एक्चुअली मेक हिम अ प्लॉट सेइंग कि तुम उससे क्या पूछो, एंड दैट्स व्हाट यू वांट टू नो. इफ यू आर एबल टू कंट्रोल दैट कन्वर्सेशन, यू विल गेट थ्रू. तो मैं ये जानना चाहता हूँ एज ए इंटरव्यूअर कि आप अपने आप को एक्सप्रेस कैसे करते हो, कम्युनिकेट कैसे करते हो. बाकी तो हम सिखा लेंगे. और एक और आंसर आपको दूंगा विच इज टेक्निकल. I hire, anybody hire a person for two things, and they see will and competency. Understand? Will, understand, and competency. Willingness to learn, willingness to take up, willingness to proactive. That's what I want to know whether you have or not. Second, what I want to know is competency. Skill क्या है आपके पास? Suppose I have two candidates, I'll tell you whom I will choose. Who competency is good, but उसकी willingness में problem लग रहा है मुझे. Timing पूछ रहा है, funky सा position बना के आया है, T-shirt में आ गया है, कुछ etiquettes नहीं है, personal communication इतना अच्छा नहीं है, but techy है. शायद मैं नहीं लूँगा. Because interviewer think, if you are a fresher, I can still make you competent. Because I'll give you exposure that you will learn. You will learn only when you have willingness to learn. So these are two things I see in any candidate. In a simple term, yes.
As you said, you took a huge risk in your 40s while leaving your big job and then creating a startup. So what were your risk management steps?
So obviously, yeah, the time is running, so I'll just take 2 minutes. Any risk has to be mitigated, balance out, and so पहली चीज़ क्या होता है हमारे एज ग्रुप में, जब आप 40 के बाद कॉल लोगे तो आपको फाइनेंसेस का सिक्योर करना पड़ेगा. So whatever assets I have, I park them. Whatever expenses I were doing extra, I stop them. I told my family over expense नहीं करना है. Family support is very much required at that stage. So that is also there. At the same time, your daughter is passing the college, right? So you have to secure some money, etc. So all that was done. Then second was done, the idea on which I am working. Other than that, what I will do so that I keep getting money. Now if you work for 20 years, you can become advisors, consultant to many of the places. So took some assignment. A few lakhs can come into your bank every month in any way, right? And then you start working on that. Slowly when you start getting money in your company, you stop leaving those positions or maybe spend less time. Yes.
If I fail with my startup, will it increase the gap between the career and academics?
क्यों? बढ़ा देगा नहीं, कम कर देगा. Failure will reduce the gap. There are more people in demand in the market. Those who have tried a startup and failed, and now they want to find the companies, they are taken like you. Every entrepreneur want to hire them. आपको पता है? All of us. I have 3 people who failed in my team. 2 of them are handling core business. He has done it, na? वो करेगा अच्छे से. So that's what is important. Your demand will be a failure will teach you a lot than the success.
Thank you so much, sir.
Okay.
Rest of the questions can be asked by sir in written form. You can give the questions. We will pass it on to sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, and I'll pick up some of the people.
For such an
You can reach
interactive
out to
session.
me anytime, right?
And I extend a very warm gratitude for discussing with us the mantras required to make a better career, startups, difference between problem and need. Okay, yes.
Just like that. So I said the video 1 I am showing, video 2 you have to see. So message is, if you don't take action on video 1, what will become in video 2? Okay. That's the message, it's a complete message which is required. And it happens with all of us.
और कैसा आज का दिन एज यूजुअल पता है आज ऑफिस में क्यों नहीं पता आज क्लाइंट ने मीटिंग पोस्टपोन कर दी और मुझे किसी ने इन्फॉर्म तक नहीं किया ऐसे चीजें इन्फॉर्म बड़ी करता है कोई सपना आएगा ना मुझे तो 5 दिन से घिस के प्रेजेंटेशन बना रहा हूँ मीटिंग में मुझे कोई रिकॉग्निशन ही नहीं मिलता है लोगों को #मंडे ब्लूज होता है मेरा मंडे टू संडे रोज ही ब्लू होता है ऑफिस का कोई भी फोटो उठा करके देख ले सबके चेहरे पे ये बड़ी बड़ी स्माइल और मेरे मुंह पे हमेशा मातम बना हुआ रहेगा क्यों
क्योंकि यहाँ पर कोई ग्रोथ ही नहीं है, बस पड़ा रहता हूँ एक सड़वे कद्दू की तरह किसी कोने में। एक तो ये सारी प्रॉब्लम्स, ऊपर से मेरे पेरेंट्स बोलते हैं कि शादी कर, और शादी करने से क्या हो जाएगा? मुझे जॉब में अचानक से मजा आना शुरू हो जाएगा, या फिर मेरा नया स्टार्टअप शुरू हो जाएगा। ये कैसी एडवाइस है यार? कोई सलूशन ही नहीं दे रहा है मुझे। यार तू कर लेना शादी।
प्रोफेशनल ग्रोथ के लिए एक अच्छे मेंटर का होना जरूरी है। एट मेंटरकार्ड experts handhold you to make the right choices. तो लॉग इन किया क्या?
Thank you. Thank you once again, sir.
This happens actually when we don't take right time decision. But anytime you can correct. I done several mistakes, corrected later on.
Next, we have with us Shri Madhav Bisaji, Program Director, NASSCOM Center of Excellence, Artificial Intelligence and Data Sciences, and he'll be sharing his knowledge on innovation and artificial intelligence. He is an enabler of open innovation and a collaborative ecosystem, and currently designs and implements various programs involving governments, enterprises, innovators, and investors. He provides the interface for the various initiatives undertaken by the progressive governments of Telangana and Karnataka with a focus on data science and artificial intelligence domain. He is a senior management professional with more than 22 years of work experience in advising organizations globally in the field of strategy and organization. He works at the confluence of data, innovation, technology, and strategy. He enjoys a deep and a wide network of professionals across continents. A lifelong learner with a futuristic outlook, he believes in learning, unlearning, relearning quickly. He has done his MBA from Hult International Business School and has an advanced diploma in management accounting for Chartered Institute of Management Accountants. He has experience of having run 2 startups of his own to mentor startups, first generation entrepreneurs, new age professionals, and learners. As a part of his contribution to society, he shares his knowledge and experience as a visiting faculty at various B schools and as a keynote speaker at various forums. Thank you, sir, for sparing your time and coming here to share your knowledge. Thank you, sir.
Good afternoon, everyone. May I request all the students to stand up, please? No. Again, they stood up. No, you cannot ask. You cannot ask. Sorry, you lost that opportunity. Now, please sit down. Okay, everybody's down now, so okay. Now, may I request all the learners to stand up? Interesting. Now, this is interesting. I appreciate it. Now, please take your seats. Good. So, anything and everything that has to be told to you at this stage, that's the key word over here, about innovation and AI has been covered by Uday and Ashish already, and the skills that you need and all. So, what I will touch upon are a few things that I just want to share with you. I just didn't want you to be just a Gyan session out here. So more of something that I would like to share with you, how you can develop your career within data science and AI domain. So all of you are from AI stream, correct? तो इतना धीमे धीमे क्यों? Yes, sir. हाँ, और बाकी जिन्होंने बोला नहीं है, हाँ तो आप इतना क्या बोलते हैं रुआंसे हो गए क्यों बोल रहे हो? So this is for you also. So don't worry. I represent NASSCOM. I work at NASSCOM, which is a not-for-profit association of all software and services companies. So for you, this is as relevant as for the ones with AI. I focus on only one unit of NASSCOM. That's the data science and AI. But for you also, this is as relevant as there. So innovation is just not AI. As Uday had already mentioned earlier in his presentation. Next slide, please. So, okay. Can you slide? Okay. I'll use the slider. Okay. So, what's the first thing that you see on this slide? And why do you think I put iPod there? iPod is discontinued, correct? Huh? Sorry?
While the photo of a place is just a home which you can find anywhere, an iPod is more of a recognizable device due to its feature.
Why there's an iPod and there is a, I mean, the gentleman over here said a home there. Why do you think? Why I put an iPod there? Any guesses? Any guesses? I said guesses, so that's okay to be incorrect. Yeah. Operate. Operate what? टेक्नोलॉजी से कनेक्ट क्या होगा? घर का जो अच्छा ठीक है समझ गया आई अंडरस्टैंड थैंक यू नो नॉट एग्जैक्टली home for music Steve Jobs would have loved you yeah he would have hired you just for this statement yes
Apple started from iPod.
no iPod did not start from iPod they started from Macs and all iPod is just another way yes smart homes yeah the home is smart fine yes
First iPod, we used to listen to music through iPod, but now we can have a system placed in our home that we can control. And
wow this is good any more thoughts come on yes sir
It shows the passage of time. Like earlier, we used to have to carry iPod, and now in today's day, we have like HomePod and Alexa, such devices which simply take over through voice commands.
yes ma'am
Sir, because music and home are both comfort.
music
Music and home are both comfort places. Maybe they're compared.
okay that's a good utility you're working in NLP correct
Yes, sir.
I remember now no okay thank you so much anyone else yes
When you ask what is on the slide, we will all say iPod because it is more recognizable because of the brand.
okay good yes
So maybe this slide will show us that AI is.
not what it could show us but what do you see
सिंपल भाषा में बोलूँ तो सर हम ये भी कह iPod was very small. In which
नहीं मैंने तो ये लार्ज करके उसको स्ट्रेच करके किया है
तो हमने स्ट्रेच करा है बट ये जो असल लाइफ में जब हम इसको रियल लाइफ में देखा करते थे तो
वो तो आईपॉड मिनी था
वो iPod सर था तो छोटा मतलब एक छोटी चीज से लेकर के टू अ बिगेस्ट स्टेडियम के लिए भी हम AI का यूज कर रहे हैं एंड देयर इज अ innovation which has been utilized.
okay
So maybe that could
good
be the reason that
मैं
these both
ये
two angles-
जो मे बी है ना ये मे बी हो गया ये सारी क्या बोलते हैं दुविधा की जड़ है तो वो तो हटा ही दीजिए आप मे बी तो हटा दीजिए अब क्या होगा या तो आप सही हो गए या आप गलत हो गए ठीक है अगर आप गलत भी हो गए तो मैं आगे डांटने वाला तो हूँ नहीं आपको हाँ तो पर आपने जो बोला सही बोला आप सही डायरेक्शन में जा रहे हैं पर वाई आई हैव पुट इन दिस कॉन्टेक्स्ट व्हेन आई से इनोवेशन एंड AI एंड देन आई जस्ट पुट दिस वाई मेरी मर्जी थी इसलिए no anybody else advancement in technology yes नहीं वो
innovation begins at home, something along those lines.
भाई AI philosopher बनेंगे ये computer philosopher and this is a compliment not a comment remember this think through it yes
Sir, Apple started from a garage.
ये गैराज है यार इतना अच्छा अगर गैराज हो तो भाई क्या बात है यार मजा आ गया हाँ our home yeah okay the reason I put iPod because iPod although it's discontinued but it's a classical example of innovation अभी मैं AI की बात ही नहीं कर रहा यहाँ पे आपने बहुत अच्छे बात बोली कि घर पे AirPods है आपके क्या बोलते हैं होम पॉड्स है एक्सेट्रा I could see that you guys can think you have that mind to think you have the ideas you have the imagination and remember imagination is better than intelligence Intelligence can take you to a certain level, but imagination उसका तो खैर कोई पार ही नहीं है. कुछ भी imagine कर लो भाई. ठीक है? So iPod is a classic case of innovation, and what happens when you stop innovating? Both. When you start innovating and when you stop innovating. So before iPod was introduced, how did people listen to music? आपके घर में ग्रामोफोन अभी भी है? मेरे पास भी है. नहीं, ऐसी अच्छी बात है. It's a vintage collection. वो जो होता है ना, गोल गोल घूमने ग्रामोफोन. Oh, that's some retro cool stuff. वो होम थिएटर नहीं था उस वक्त, iPod से पहले. iPod बड़े बड़े स्टीरियो आते थे, याद है आपको? स्टीरियो आते थे, कैरी करते थे. वॉकमैन याद है किसी को? आप तो वो भी नहीं थे शायद. हाँ, तो मैं तभी बता रहा हूँ ना मैं, क्योंकि मैं उस वक्त आपकी उम्र का था. तो जब हुआ था तब ये कि हमने देखा है. अब बैठिए आराम से बैठिए. So when Steve Jobs saw, and he was really inspired by Sony and the founder of Sony, the name of the gentleman was Morita-san or somebody. Please look up into Google also. So he looked at a Walkman. He said, what people prefer. In US, if you have seen, so he started from US, so let's take that market. So what he saw is the people used to jog. While jogging, they would have their Walkmans over here. I'll just put this over here. Just a moment. Okay. Am I audible? Yes. Good. Thank you. So when they were jogging, they had their Walkman, so the headphones in, used to jog, and every time they had to shuffle there to when they have to change or fast forward it or do something, they had to stop and again push the buttons and all. Carrying a Walkman and the cassette was really cumbersome. और जरा सा गलती से ऐसे जॉग करते करते ऐसे हो गए, गया नीचे और टूट गया. तो स्टीव जॉब्स ने सोचा कि यार ये कुछ चेंज कर सकते हैं इसमें. Can we just change something? And that point of time, there was technology, technology such the memory size. छोटी सी चिप पे भी बड़ी मेमोरी साइज कर सकते थे. ठीक है, बहुत सारा डेटा जो है छोटी साइज पे भी कर सकते हैं. So at that point, that can be done. And then he saw earphones are still there. So instead of headphones, the earphones became smaller, to your point. And then there was one more thing. Can anybody tell me? There's one more thing. Yeah.
They miniaturized the hard drive, a mechanical hard drive to put in the first generation.
Are you in CSC? Good. Good. I said it's a compliment here. Yeah, you should be open to compliments also. Even कोई comment बोल रहा है अच्छा बोल रहा, you are a fool, कहता हाँ ठीक है, अच्छी बात है. Because it's fools who go where angels even fear to go. So ठीक है, अगर ऐसा कोई बोलता है ना, हर चीज़ को compliment ले लो, कभी लाइफ में टेंशन नहीं होगा. ठीक है. So now coming back to iPod miniaturization and what else? This is the hardware part. Anything about software? Range of the songs. You are somewhere near. Anybody else? Shuffle. Number of songs. Okay, good. Anybody else? Choice of songs. Exactly. You're all right, but she's absolutely right. Okay, absolutely correct. Choice of songs. So, you guys know Metallica? How many of you have heard Metallica? क्या है Metallica? What is Metallica? Metal band. And what else? 1, 2. How many hands were up? 2. How many hands were up? 3. Hey, पक्की बात मैं क्वेश्चन पूछूंगा फिर बता रहा हूँ मैं. टेंशन नहीं लेना. सच्ची बता रहा हूँ, सच्ची बोलना. Okay. So you deserve chocolates from my side. People who know Metallica. Now, if you look at the album, I would like 1 or 2 songs. And rest of songs, it's okay to listen, but there are 2-3 songs that I want to listen every now and then. Nothing Else Matters, Enter Sandman, etc., Unforgiven, 1, 2, 3, whatever. But I realized I have to buy the entire album. I have to buy 1, 2, 3, 4. While it was good for the companies, but it was not. It was like No, I don't want to buy. So what I can do is that I can keep some of the songs, the choice of songs, and I can carry it in a smaller size miniaturized version, okay? And I can listen to wherever I want, not on the jogging track. If I are or if I am in a metro standing, I can still listen to this. Now, it changed the way people consume music. So there was a need, but nobody knew that need. Need थी लेकिन कोई बोला नहीं. आपका आंसर पता है आपको, लेकिन आप बोलते नहीं हो कभी कि यार अगर बोलने गलत हो गए तो यार सभी सामने हंसी उड़ जाएगी, यार बेइज्जती खराब हो जाएगी. सही है ना? हम जो बोलते हैं कॉलेज की लैंग्वेज में बेइज्जती खराब हो जाएगी. तो so people knew this, but they somehow, so Steve Jobs was good at that. He was good at that, identifying the unmet needs, unexpressed needs. So that's how innovation comes in. When you look at something, when you look at a process, you look at a product, you look at a service, or you look at a network and all, then you realize that this can be done in a better way, or this can be a better product or service can be delivered faster. So that's when it all starts with that idea. Now, the second picture, what is that picture? Picture of a house, okay? What else? That's a very simple explanation. But do you think in this session I would put a picture of a house over here? Yes? And why yes?
Sir, because you would like to make a point by distracting us with some.
Why it is, you should be, you should actually, okay, I'll speak to you later on this point, but no, it's not a distraction. There's a reason. Yeah? Smart home. You are somewhere near. You are 90% there. Anybody else?
Connecting things using IoT.
नहीं, इसमें IoT कहीं दिख रहा है आपको? कहीं मैं पास में जाके देखता हूँ, शायद मेरे को नहीं भाई, मेरे को IoT नहीं दिख रहा यहाँ पे कहीं पे भी. ये इसको भूल जाओ अभी आप. Any other thoughts? Yes. Speak up. अभी आशीष सर बोल के गए यार. Speak up.
So, how closely innovations are related to our life right now?
Good point. You raised your hand.
Cognitive, it's a cognitive home using AI.
अभी तो AI तक पहुंचा ही नहीं मैं. अभी पहुंचने वाला भी नहीं हूँ AI में. अभी तो AI की बात मत करना. What else? And I asked you one question. Why do you think I put it here? Just because I felt like it or what? So that's a data in front of you. That's a type of data in front of you. Why that data is there? Have you asked that question? Because innovation starts from questioning. Why, how, what, when, where, who. The 5 W's and 1 H. Why? So, you see, there is a glass pane out there, okay? Sliders and all. This picture I've taken from an innovation which 3M has created. You know 3M? किसको पता 3M भाई? 3M कोई बैंड नहीं है, by the way. हाँ जी. हाँ? मास्क कंपनी? मास्क मत समझा नहीं मैं. एक मिनट. मास्क कंपनी, हाँ मास्क भी बनाती है, पर वो कंपनी क्या है? किसी को पता 3M? सबसे पहले क्या था? पोस्ट-इट नोट्स पता है सबको? वो छोटे-छोटे नोट्स होते हैं, रंग बिरंगे. आजकल तो रंग बिरंगे आते हैं, पहले तो येलो थे सारे. स्टिकी नोट्स 3M ने वो बनाया. स्कॉच टेप. So what 3M did is that's one company which always believe in constant innovation, continuous innovation. Okay, and there are types of innovation which I'll talk about later on, but this entire glass pane is a see-through solar panel. Smart home. So what do you think about this now? Now you have information with you, additional data with you. You are data scientist. You are going to be data scientist or analyst. You are going to, even if you are in CSC, there's additional information provided to you or data provided to you. Now tell me.
Sustainable house.
Good point. Anybody else? Anji. So this is when the sunlight is there, the electricity is charged, you don't need utility company, you don't need to pay the utility company, or you can actually get this thing done. And if there's nobody at the home, well, of course, but still it's going on. There's no sun, that's fine. It's right now see-through, but then in the dark it won't be see-through, even if you switch on the lights inside. So, okay. So this was one. Now, basically, there are 10 types of innovation, and that's there on the screen right now. What I would say, take few seconds to understand. And these are divided into 3 categories: configuration, offering, and experience. Configuration is how you configure your services, your own internal organization to do innovation, to come out with innovation. That's one. Offering is in terms of the customer. Okay. And experience is, what's the experience of a customer? What kind of experience you want to provide to the customer? Okay. You'll have these slides with you. I already shared the slides. You can catch him there. He's got all the slides. So, and this I have taken from a book called 10 Types of Innovation, the Discipline of Building Breakthroughs. Okay. I would recommend you guys go ahead and read it. You have access to ABSCO host, correct? अरे यार, ABSCO host, library है आपकी नीचे इतनी बड़ी. You have got a nice library out there. You have ABSCO host, you have got British Council membership, and everything out there. Find out the book is there. It's O'Reilly production. Go ahead, read through that. As I said when I started my session, that this is not just me giving you all the gyan, but I just want you to take away a few things that you can do just after this session also, which can help you. So now let's talk about AI. Okay. So what is AI? People who are not present. Okay, CSC students, what's AI? Let's hear from you. And it's okay if you can be here. Yes, tell me.
It is us trying to teach computers how to mimic.
Okay.
And mimic and even attain full intelligence at some point.
Yeah, full intelligence to hum humans ko nahi mila abhi tak. But good point. I mean, you're correct. I just didn't want it to be too serious here. ठीक है, serious नहीं करना. Anybody else from CSC? What's AI?
It's a mechanism through which we can teach the computer and machine to do
बस teach करके छोड़ देना है वहाँ पे कि पढ़ा दे जी जाओ देखो.
improve it as well and find the solutions of problems we cannot.
Good. That's a good point. Yes.
Teaching AI how to think by training it.
Okay.
So building an intelligent system which learns from data and implements it to solve real life problems.
AI guys, is he right? Huh? Is he absolutely right? No? Okay. So can you correct him please, if no? Sit down. But he's right, he's not wrong. Okay, so what's AI? Let's see. So here you have the definition of AI. Okay, and this is from one of the research works that we did we released this year. We started working on last year. This is for the benefit of the industry, we did this, and how much AI has been adopted. So this has been taken from NASSCOM's AI Adoption Index. How much data science and AI has been adopted by the industry sectors, different sectors. Okay, you understand the industry sectors, correct? BFSI, banking, finance, financial services, insurance, healthcare, industry, CPG, consumer product goods. You know about it, retail, different industries. So basically, it's a science and engineering. Science because, of course, computers and all, because it needs that temperament you need that temper, scientific temper to explore more. And engineering is making that product or that service, configuring that. So it's a combination of both. And some philosophers go up to a lens saying that it's also an art. Then somebody like me said, then let's make it a commerce. छोड़ते क्यों commerce को फिर? ठीक है, so this is what AI is, okay, in short. So why we need AI? Because data that we have in our day-to-day lives is not homogeneous. You understand about homogeneous and heterogeneous, correct? It's quite heterogeneous data that we have, and it's in bulk. Okay, and at times, even if for the moment I restrict or confine this right now or focus on only the business aspects of AI, even in business, all of us are on Facebook. Okay, imagine the data that we generate, all of us in the room right now, and multiply it by God knows how many times, maybe thousands and thousands times. Imagine Facebook has to manage that kind of data. It has to have that AI. Okay, and so this presentation, Dr. Sadgopan's presentation, you saw that AI was already there in 60s and all, but there was no power. I mean, in the infrastructure, the capacity, the memory sizes and all, the feasibility to ensure that it works that point of time. So now, and as you said, we'll make it intelligent as humans. So interact naturally with environment and humans. So this is one of the objectives. This is one of the objectives far down the line, but yes, it is. You were correct on this. I'm not saying you are wrong. Now, we know all these logos, correct? All the logos? Can anyone give me an example why I have used these over here? Hang on, raise your hands. Everybody wants to answer. Yes. No, you, yes, please. Yes, sir, you in the hoodie. You have a hoodie, huh?
Sir, because these apps use our data to recommend us more data.
Oh, more data?
More videos.
More videos?
YouTube, we search for a video and then YouTube recommends us more videos like that. So this is the application of AI.
Okay. You mean the recommendation system. Good.
Takes our data and gives us.
Same thing. Yes, CSE student, sir.
All these apps take our data, analyze them, and according to our usage, suggest according to the platform. For example, if I take the example of Google Maps, I went to somewhere and it has, for example, let's say I went to a restaurant, and in a week I have been, let's say, 7 to 8 restaurants. So after a certain period of time, Google Maps will start recommending to visit these kind of restaurants. They are nice according to the ratings.
Good. Thank you. Anybody else from CSE? Or anybody else has a different answer than this? Anybody has a different answer than this? I'll say it again. Anybody who has a different answer than this answer? Anybody? You have spoken. पार्टिसिपेशन के नंबर मिल गए सबको, चिंता मत करो, सबको नंबर दे दिए. हाँ जी, बोलिए मैम.
So सारे like if you think about it अलग-अलग काम कर रहे हैं. Like maps will see your location, and Siri is like an AI system. You ask the question and they like return back the answers. Uber is like a cab service. So if you think about it, सारे AI से related है, but it's not completely. They don't do the same.
They don't?
Do the same work. They like.
Oh yes, sir. Yes, of course, they are different, but they are all they are enabled by AI. Yeah. Yes.
Sir, all of them learn from us and again basically develop themselves more. For example, when we use maps, there are times when it says like we can improve them like by putting recommendations.
Understood.
Similarly,
Understood.
in Siri also, it uses voice recognition system to learn the different types of accents that are possible so that it can recognize all the type of words and not be capable only for a specific accent or a language.
So when you say learn from us, Ashish, give an example. The first thing that you will be asked is, tell me about yourself. And as you tell you about yourself, then they will ask you more. They learn from you. Do you think that's also an AI?
Yes, sir.
Oh, you think an AI, the person who's going to take an interview.
Not a person, actually even understand.
No, but you said that you learn from us. They learn from us. Yes? They learn from us, and then they provide more outputs to us. Let's say they take inputs from us, and we are the input by the way, our behavior, our habits. They are the inputs for them, and that's how they do it. Okay, good. So anybody else has a different answer, totally different answer. It should not be same or nowhere similar. Yes, ma'am.
Sir, may be similar. These are the AI applications
Interesting. Interesting. Yes, that's one. That's the kind of answer I was looking for. Anybody else? हाँ बोलिए.
Sir, these are they are a form of network that help us access a service.
But that's fine. That's an app. That's okay. That's a good answer you have, ma'am. That's meeting the need and all that. Okay, so how many of you have used all of them? All of these apps. So you have Google here, you have Siri, Alexa, and all. So if it's HDFC Bank, it's just not HDFC, you can use Kotak and all. I'm just saying, the banking app, the music app, look at the categories. Okay, let me rephrase this. How many of you have used the category of these apps? Almost everybody. So what does it say? What does this data imply? अब डेटा साइंटिस्ट की तरह सोचो, ये डेटा क्या कहता है, ये डेटा क्या कहलाता है? आप तो रिश्ता क्या कहलाता है सुन ले तो यार, डेटा क्या कहलाता नहीं सुनते. What does it tell you? And you use it on an almost daily basis, correct? What does it tell you?
And they're continuously changing.
Sorry?
They're continuously changing according to the public demands.
Okay, and that's a persona creation. We will go into that later on, but that's a more technical into stuff. Yes. That's what I'm looking at. That's what answer that. यार CSE वाले आंसर कर रहे हैं, AI वालों क्या कर रहे हो यार? AI के बारे में उनको ज़्यादा पता है आपसे. Guys, don't be shy. Open up, talk. It tells us how integrated AI is with our lives, our day-to-day lives. It is ubiquitous. You understand? आप कहीं चले जाओ, कोई ना कोई एप्लीकेशन आपको AI का वहाँ पे मिलेगा ही मिलेगा. वो होता है ना हाइड एंड सीक, आप छुप जाते हो, छुपन छुपाई खेल रहे हो तो वो आगे धप्पा कर देता है, तो AI आगे धप्पा करेगा सबको, करता है रोज. आया दिमाग में अब. I have to actually give you that example so that you start thinking about that. Okay? So now, I'll tell you what the implication of AI is and what's the potential. Let me just take a moment to talk about the potential. Back in 2020, just before COVID hit, we came out with a report which said that AI and data will contribute to the GDP, $500 billion to the GDP of India. $500 billion, $500 billion. Imagine, sirf AI. The current market size of AI in India is around $7.8 billion. $500 billion is going to add the effects, not exactly themselves, but through AI, that kind of value can be added. So now, anybody who's looking forward to a career in AI, you know this. You should be doing this statistic. Somebody asks you about AI, the potential of AI. What you are doing, you should understand the potential of that thing. Okay? As learners, that's why I said learners, and you all stood up. So as a learner, you study AI, you study CSE, but you learn. What do you learn? What do you learn? If I ask you, what do you learn? You learn from everything you experience. That's one way of learning. But what do you learn? Think about it. I'll not answer this right now. But it's up to you what you're learning. You're studying, but what are you learning? Okay? So if you look at it, and by the way, if anybody's interested in particular application of AI, so somebody over here said AI in healthcare. Please raise. Yes. You were there yesterday? You said AI in healthcare. Here's your answer. 25 to 30 billion USD potential. And that's only healthcare. That means labs, hospitals, and all. I've not used pharma over here. Imagine once you go to pharma, how big it is. Anybody who wants to work for AI in BFSI? Banking. BFSI means banking, financial services, and insurance. Guys, do read about the business aspects of AI. WIPS will teach you everything that you need to know about AI in terms of technology, in terms of coding, in terms of, let's say, stats and all. you need to also learn about business of AI. Okay. And you are in second year, correct? You got 2 more years ahead of you. That's good enough. Give me that much of time, and I'll be the best coder around. Simple. Okay, so I just wanted to tell you that you are in a great space. And by the way, without CSE, there is no AI. So CSE guys, don't feel that you are left out. Okay, don't feel like that. Still be needed. There are concepts. The AI concept has gone from CSE. Okay, so don't worry about that. You're no lesser than anybody else out there. Then, way forward. This is what DG said, asked me to put across. And learn networking and learning has been emphasized both by Uday and Ashish earlier. And trust me, when they say this, take this sincerely, take this seriously, I would say, and start networking from today. Go out on LinkedIn. Find out who are the people who are doing some work in this. There's a website called techsagar.in, again started by NASSCOM. So we have a Data Security Council of India, that's also a NASSCOM entity. It has built, my good friend Vinay Godse, who's the CEO of DSCI, he's built that techsagar.in. You'll find any kind of research that's been done in AI, who are the professionals in AI or data science in AI, or for that matter, any branch of computer science, you'll find it there. techsagar.in. Type it in Google, go there. Okay? So learn and network, you've already, go out on LinkedIn, meet people. Every time you get an opportunity to go to a conference, even if it's a business conference, go ahead. I'm a student, I've taken up this course, and I'm curious to learn more. Use the word curious. The leaders, they like it. If they find out that you're curious to know about it, you're curious, and you're ready to put in the commitment, वो बोलेंगे मैं तुम्हें करियर दूंगा, तुम मुझे कमिटमेंट दो. आप दो कमिटमेंट उनको वो पक्का देखते हाइपोथेसिस टेस्टिंग करते हैं आपकी भी, रुकिए करेंगे अभी, फिर I'll ask you why it should not be rejected. ठीक है? So good. So contribute. When I say contribute, what do you mean by contribute? Boss, you are a second year student. I'm already somebody who has managed so many projects. Why would I take your inputs? I'm an arrogant person out there, let's say, for example. Not that I am, but let's say example. Why do you think? I even don't know you.
So sometimes maybe when you're working on a project, you get tunnel vision and you need someone.
नहीं है मेरा tunnel vision, जाओ. मेरे पास बहुत सारे लोग हैं. मैं तो इतने सारे प्रोजेक्ट कर लिए यार मैंने. मैं आपको क्यों लूँ मेरे प्रोजेक्ट में? मैं आपका इनपुट क्यों लूँ? नहीं, मेरे पास तो इतने सारे लोग ऑलरेडी स्किलफुल है यार. 5 6 मतलब साल से कोडिंग कर रहे हैं. यस मैम. That's okay. I have 20 people with me in my team. 30 डिग्री पे बैठे तो 360 डिग्री पे तो ऐसे ही मिल गया मेरे को. ठीक है? 20 into 3, I mean जो भी है 360. हाँ जी. Why would I need your input? You said input. Be careful. हाँ? बहुत बड़े ideas. हम ideation की करते रहते हैं बैठ के sessions. No, be careful what you say. Don't say that I would like to give an idea. I would like to. यहाँ पे मैंने लिखा है, क्या लिखा है मैंने? Contribute. जब आप contribute बोलते हो तो क्या होता है? अभी उदय ने कल भी बोला था, आज भी बोला. Be humble. Boss, you are still studying, and what you have studied, they have already implemented it and made money out of it also. By the way, royalty भी बना ली उन्होंने तो उसके ऊपर. Recurring revenue बना रहे हैं वो हर साल. तो आपको क्या लगता है यार? आप तेंदुलकर को बोलेगे देखो आप ना स्ट्रेट ड्राइव ऐसे नहीं ऐसा करके मारा करो, वो बोलेगा भाई ये क्या है? ठीक है? Contribute. So when I say contribute, your job now, and I hold you for this, I'll be here 3 months down the line. 3 months down the line, I'll come over here around that point of time, more or less. And I'll ask you, how many of you have contributed to any of the projects out there? I don't care whom you talk to, how many applications you say. You can tell me I sent 300 applications and nowhere I was able to get it. No, I won't believe you. Contribute, because when you contribute, go ahead and ask, meet all the startups. There's so many startup meetings happen, startup conferences happen. I'm not saying don't watch movies or don't go out party with your friends and all. Do that, that's fine. But take some time out of it. Dedicate some time that you will go only to the conference, be it online conference. Go ahead and add it. You know what? The good thing about the advantage that you have, your students. And there are student discounts that you receive. You receive free entry to conferences. So many programs that we do, we don't charge the students. Acha, student hai. We are like, okay, you are a student? Come. Okay. So contribute. Go ahead. You may not know everything about Python, but if somebody is building a project, Kaggle, go somewhere else. The people would say, by the way, I'm working on this, I found this error. Then you say, is it okay if I can also come and contribute with you? How can you contribute? Say, I just started learning Python, or I just started learning Java, or whatever operating system, or whatever program language, or whatever methodology. And I just wanted to understand how it works in that time. And since you're working on it, I would like to also learn, and maybe in the course, maybe some help to you. Okay? Have you heard about that शेर और चूहे की कहानी सुनी है ना? अब तो वो शेर है, वो समझदार है, वो समझदार वाले शेर है, वो जो कर रहे हैं ना काम. They are intelligent lions out there. So contribute. And how can you contribute? And why I say that you should contribute? This data, please look at the screen, I would say. Please look at the screen right now. The data that I'm showing right now, the graph that I'm showing to you right now, is from a study that we did back in 2019. This is 2019 data. You see the gap there. Be it a data engineer, ML engineer, BI analyst, data scientist, you see the gap. Data इतना है कि data ही संभलता आप AI कब करोगे यार? सोचो, and we are coming up with the latest report in December. And that report, we are just touching one aspect of it. That's only services type, service industry. And the gap that, and I've already seen the report. It's the final stages because we are leading this report. So when I looked at the data, I was like, damn, बच्चे लोग कर क्या रहे हैं यार आजकल? सारे picture देखने चले गए क्या? Seriously. I'm not against movies. I am a movie buff. I watch at least one movie every week. AIQ, by the way, AIQ और computer science की बहुत सारी movies है यार. Should watch Stealth. It's a great movie. Stealth है. देखिए किसने Stealth? घर जाके देखना आज. AI पे बहुत movies. आपने देखी है? क्या है Stealth बताइए? Bingo. Absolutely correct. यही सुनना चाहता था. Autonomous aircraft. It's a fighter aircraft, understood, for the US Air Force. क्या बात है? Hats off, buddy. Hats off. So, I mean, yeah, it may sound कि ये movies के लिए क्यों बोल रहा है? But sometimes if you look at those movies, the concepts that they are coming, iRobo, another movie. There's Ex Machina, there's another movie. It says how AI starts learning. If you look at there are some movies, AI-related movies also. Since you have been watching, please tell them about those kind of movies. Netflix पे है, सब जगह है, सब मिल जाएगा आपको. OTTs पे platforms पे मिल जाएगा. There are some good AI stuff. There's an AI movie also by Spielberg, I believe. Huh? Oh, there's an example, good example in front of you, Terminator. Yeah, that's a good example. So, अब आपको पता है AI कितना vast है, कहाँ पे क्या कर सकते हैं. So why I say this that see, look, the gap is so much out there in the market. All of you have an opportunity. I would go ahead and say that you guys are spoiled for opportunities, and it would be a shame that if you don't make the best out of it. And nobody, no faculty members, no placement officers, no companies are to be blamed for that. Let me just put that in front of you bluntly out there. ठीक है? If you can't make it, I'm not trying to make you feel guilty about it. but I'm trying to sensitize you to the fact that there are so many opportunities. When we started, I struggled to learn about computers. I used to go to my friend's house. He was kind enough to let me use his computer. I learned my DOS, COBOL, Fortrans, Baba Adam ke zamane ki bhashaएं हैं. But yes, I still did that. You guys are spoiled for choices, boss. You've got such a good infrastructure. आप तो इसी में बैठो, हम तो सोचते हैं पंखा चलेगा कि नहीं चलेगा यार. Remember Uday, in our days, schools, colleges, we were like this. Okay, so make the most out of it. This gap is going to widen, and as it widens, what will happen is that more opportunities, if you cannot make the best of the opportunities, you lose. Nobody else is going to lose. Somebody else is going to come and work. China में बहुत सारे लोग बैठे हैं. ठीक है? बहुत बड़े लोग. And more businesses are coming to India now. They are already in India. They are augmenting their presence in India. So this is a Fortune 10 company. I was talking to them last week in their office, and they say, you know what, Madhav? Our 25 to 40% of the business and product ownership worldwide lies within India, and it's a huge responsibility. Imagine an American company putting in their ownership in India, the product ownership. And the biggest challenge that I'm facing is that I don't have the talent to work for it. Hell, I'm ready to pay for interns. But 50,000 दे दूंगा यार, 1 लाख दे दूंगा intern को, मेरे interns लाख भी दो यार. Can I get that kind of confidence from you guys some point of time that I can say, by the way, boss, ये देखो, ये आप intern बोले थे ना, ये लो intern. Can I get that kind of confidence from you? What makes you say that? And trust me, when I assess, when I test, it's tough. I'm not trying to scare you, but I will still scare you because I want you to overcome your fear. Okay? This gap. Okay, now, अब इतना हमने बात की, अब आप करना क्या है? This is a community that we have. Community.nascom.in. Go to this portal, create a login for yourself. It's free. Okay? And here I want one person to be volunteer. Who's going to volunteer? One person. अरे इतना सारा one person है. अब पहले सुन तो लो, मैं volunteer में कराऊंगा क्या आपसे? आपको मैंने बोला यहाँ से लेके भाई धौलाकुआं तक पैदल चलना है तुमने. सर ये तो नहीं बोला था आपने. ऐसे बोलोगे फिर आप. पहले पूरा सुनो, डेटा पूरा आने दो, उसके बाद लेना डिसीजन. डिसीजन मेकिंग इतना आसान नहीं है. Okay. Who's going to be one person who's going to interact with me on a regular basis, I cannot say weekly, but on a regular basis, to ensure that everybody sitting in this room right now, I'm not talking the ones who have left or who have not joined because of exams, that's fine, but who have left, I'm not bothered about them at all now. But who are here right now, they take this responsibility that whomsoever is logging onto this, if they face any problems, that person will write to me and say that we have an issue. We're not able to access this. कौन करेगा? हाँ जी, CAP. What's your name? Rohan. Rohan, I'll hold you responsible for this now. Understood? Thank you so much. Next, this is our research portal. Anything that you need, be it computer science, be it automation, be it robotics, drones. We came out of the drone report. We do a lot of research, and this research is not it's not like कि what's next and technically Java के अंदर और जाके कितने हम classes बना सकते हैं, क्या क्या कर सकते हैं, वो नहीं है. NumPys कितनी और कर सकते हैं, कौन सी कितनी libraries बना सकते हैं. It's about the whole implementation, the impact that AI can create or technology can create. It does have some policy research also. You should be open to all these kind of things, aware that these kind of things exist, and you enhance your knowledge. And third one, India AI. There's another initiative that we have with Government of India. Okay. How many know Yan Lee Kun? किसी को पता है? कौन है? बताइए. नहीं, ये थिंकिंग मैन नहीं मेरे को. ये तो हमने लगाया कि सोच रहा है. क्योंकि नीचे लाइन देखो, here's how to implement autonomous AI. Go through and read. Google है आपके पास, Google कीजिए, no problem. ठीक है? India AI. So India AI is a portal wherein whatever happens in AI, you'll get to know. ठीक है? Newsletter, there's a newsletter. Sign up for that. Rohan, are you going to ensure that everybody in this room signs up for that? But even if 20 students sign up for that, give me at least number 20. Anybody who's serious about this, sincere about this, please go ahead and take a look on the website, go to this website, anything. And there's, we also have some publications there. There's something called Let's Learn AI. In very simple terms, you can understand what AI is. AI for everyone. The way the stories have been told, really good. AI Adoption Index, I already spoke about that, understanding who is doing what in AI. And then AI Game Changers. There's a annual awards that we present to the people in the industry, government, startups, and now we are getting academia also. We are trying to see if there's a feasibility there. So game changers would mean that kind of innovation using AI that has actually created an impact, not just ROI, but impact. Okay? And by the way, this is an academic grand challenge that I was talking about yesterday. So for those of you who were there yesterday, you know this. For those of you who were not, it's one of the largest banks in the world, perhaps one of the first banks in the world, Wells Fargo. They wanted to understand what kind of talent pool is there. So we actually launched this grand challenge, went out to all the colleges in India. How many of you know that this happened? None of you. Next time, academic grand challenge. These are the key words. Academic hackathons. How many of you participate in hackathons? Honestly, मैं Kaggle ID पूछ लूँगा, GitHub का ID भी पूछ लूँगा सबको, जाके देखूँगा क्या है क्या नहीं है. Sure, पक्का. रोहन का लिख लेना नाम, आपको पता नहीं कौन कौन है ये, और टेंशन नहीं लेने का, ये डराएंगे नहीं आपको. Seriously, have you done any projects? I'm not talking academic projects, not academic projects. On your own, what kind of project did you do in data science or AI?
I built a pathfinding enemy.
Pathfinding? Enemy in a game. Interesting. That's interesting. इनका नाम लिख लेना रोहन, और अब इन सबसे ज़्यादा क्वेश्चन यहीं से पूछूंगा मैं अब, ठीक है? Yes. Oh, I know that you guys do research, so that's fine. Thank you for this. I know for sure. That's all. Yes.
I made a project to reduce ERP response time on traffic congestions, like prioritizing lanes using radio communication.
Where did you do this project?
I have been selected in road safety hackathon by Ministry of Road and Transport.
Congratulations. That's another step towards success. I won't say this is success, but another step. Does anybody in the college know? Have you shared this with anybody? If there's a hackathon, go ahead, share with everybody. There's a hackathon, I'm participating in it. You guys want to take a shot? That's fine. And don't be insecure. आज नहीं तो कल, अगर आप में प्रतिभा है, प्रारब्ध है तो आपको मिलेगा ही, जो भी मिलना है. ठीक है? Good. Anybody else who has done some projects, be it hackathons anywhere?
There was I built a note-taking system that uses IPFS to share the notes anonymously. Not anonymously, but
English, please. Yeah, you're correct, but English, please. IPFS.
sir, it was basically uncensorable notes, a system for sharing notes that cannot be taken down.
Taken down बोले तो?
So it uses IPFS to share the note.
IPFS
is a distributed file system. So
Oh, I understand that part, but I'm asking you to simplify it. Simplify it. See, this is because you are good at it. That's why I'm saying this. Okay, don't mind. ओ भाई कोई हंसेगा नहीं इसके ऊपर. कोई हंसेगा मेरे को बता देना. ठीक है? So you are correct. All I'm asking is to simplify it. मैं टेक्नोलॉजी नहीं समझता. For example, नहीं समझता टेक्नोलॉजी. आप मुझे समझाइए. ये करता क्या है?
sir, so
Uh-huh.
The system renders it into HTML that you can view in any browser.
Yeah. Thank you so much. You're correct. And congratulations that you did this. Just one suggestion. We are all techies out here, so we will understand. But what if you have to go and pitch to, let's say, Ashish were here, he'd say, अच्छा भाई, मैं invest नहीं कर रहा जा. वो इन्वेस्टर को भी बताना पड़ेगा ना, आप वो फंडिंग कभी न कभी रेज करोगे, कुछ तो करोगे, उसका किसी को प्रेजेंट करोगे. You never know the person in front of you. Okay, you ask me what I do. I'll say I just connect the ecosystem. अब जो इंडस्ट्री में वो लोग समझते हैं ये क्या चीज़ है, बस वो दो शब्द बोलता हूँ समझ जाते हो क्या करता है. तो वो एक आपको लैंग्वेज सीखनी पड़ेगी अपार्ट फ्रॉम ऑल द कंप्यूटर लैंग्वेजेस. प्लीज दैट्स कम्युनिकेशन. ओके गुड. प्राउड ऑफ यू ऑल्सो. कहाँ गए महाशय, भाग गए मिस्ट्री रोड वाले. हाँ अब यहाँ से यहाँ 2 मिनट वो ट्रैफिक जाम था क्या?
नहीं
गुड
सर,
गुड.
सर ने बुलाया.
प्राउड ऑफ यू. And anybody else done any project? Doesn't matter. Pick up any project. Pick up any project. Do it. And this is one commitment that I will have. If you do something sincerely, sincere project, I'll get my friends within the data science or computer science community to assess your project and tell you whether it's good, bad, or ugly.
Sir, I with my friends made a app that would basically replace a personal speech therapist. So it has.
Have you done it, something in it?
Yes, sir. It was a group project with my friends. And
At WIPS?
No, sir. In my school. School. Our teacher helped us.
I'm asking right now in last couple of years, and so have you done anything at WIPS apart from your studies and all? Now that's the experience that Ashish was telling you. He's talking about. अरे फिर आप यहाँ आ गए. मैं आपको उधर ढूंढ रहा हूँ. अच्छा ठीक है. आपका नाम सॉरी शुभम गुप्ता. So अब गुप्ता जी जब आप अपना लिखोगे, एक्सपीरियंस लिखोगे, CV दोगे, तो उस पर आप ये लिखोगे, तो सोचो आपकी तो वैल्यू बढ़ गई वैसे ही. अब आपको ऐसी नौकरी मिल गई यार. नौकरी की आप स्टार्टअप भी कर सकते हो. ये देखो तेलंगाना एआई मिशन, एक हमारा नेस्कॉम का इनिशिएटिव है तेलंगाना गवर्नमेंट के साथ. स्मार्ट ट्रैफिक मैनेजमेंट, मोबिलिटी का. वहाँ पे आप जाइए वेबसाइट पे, नेस्कॉम की जो वेबसाइट है, गाइस नेस्कॉम्स वेबसाइट, दे आर डिफरेंट sub sites also, NASCOM, and we are coming up with NASCOM data and AI website also pretty soon. Subscribe to all these because anything and everything that happens in technology in India, it's there. हमारे इंडस्ट्री पार्टनर्स पता है कौन है, हमारे मेंबर्स कौन है? जितनी भी आईटी कंपनीज है ना इंडिया में, सारी की सारी है. 3600 मेंबर्स है हमारे. Right from TCS, Microsoft, Google, everybody out there. Everyone. And every technology company works with us. Personally, कितने जनों को खुद भी जानता हूँ. I mean, so you can imagine. And this is just technology, but the analog sector, which is not tech sector, not right. अब बैठ जाइए. They also come to us when there is some technology issue. They come to us, they talk to us, and say how we can go about this. So we are trusted advisors also. So go ahead, get updated. And this challenge is already through. Okay, unfortunately, we didn't know much about you and couldn't get connected. You also didn't know this. But next time around, if these kind of opportunities come in, it's your responsibility to say that we want to participate in it. And I'll ensure that at least you put your application there. Whether you win, go to next stage or not, it's up to your hard work. Okay? Yes, ma'am.
So I developed a calculator app, like not fully developed. I've started it, like it's been 2 weeks since I started that. So like it has all kind of calculators, like scientific calculator and how to.
Why? I mean, you just tried it out just to see how the calculator app works?
No, I wanted to code about it, so I did the coding and stuff, and like I'm doing it. It's in process.
Good. At least कुछ तो कर रहे हो. Already है तो है, ठीक है, कोई बात नहीं, कर रहे हो. Good, thanks.
Thank you.
Yes, sir, at the back. Home automation for your room.
I implemented it with my lights to control the lights using Bluetooth and those security things, RFID. Security like this.
काम करता है?
I dismantled it.
हाँ?
I dismantled it.
Why?
I thought of upgrading it, but
Why did you dismantle it? मेरे को गुस्सा इस बात का नहीं है कि वो काम करे ना करे, मेरे को इस बात पे नाराजगी है कि आपने डिसमेंटल कर दिया उसको। हाँ ओके, अपग्रेड करने के डिसमेंटल, सॉरी वो लॉजिकल नहीं लग रहा मेरे को। आपको उसको अपग्रेड, तो इसका मतलब ये है कि मेरे को मेरा मैक अपग्रेड करना है, मेरा आईफोन अपग्रेड करना है, पता लग रहा है मैंने तोड़ दिया ऐसे पकड़ के, जा मैं अपग्रेड करूंगा।
change the systems like it was.
Did it work? Did you not get any resources or what?
So I had the resources. Before it was using Bluetooth, but now I have to I want to do using Wi-Fi.
Okay.
Yes, so I will do it in the past few.
What is that you need for that? I'm asking a question. I'm seriously asking this.
I need time. I need time. Yes.
Okay. You don't have time. Time has anybody.
So I will do it.
I'll be brutal with you. Sorry,
do it.
because there's an expectation there. That's why we are brutal with. Nobody has time in the world. Time
Yes,
has
sir.
everybody.
Yes, sir.
We don't own time. Time owns us. Remember this.
Yes, sir.
ठीक है? आपको 2 घंटे एक्स्ट्रा जागना पड़े ना रात को, तो आप ये काम करोगे।
Sir, yes, sir.
And I'll get you write a synopsis. You take help from your faculty.
Yes, sir.
Write down a case study. Write down a case about it. And I'll put you in touch with my colleague at the IoT Center of Excellence. He's a great mentor. उन्होंने बहुतों की लाइफ बदल दी है।
Sir, I will try this project very soon. I will do this
Good.
project. I had
I have so many witnesses over here. Okay. So many witnesses.
Yes, sir. I will surely do it. I will
Rohan.
surely.
हाँ जी।
Rohit.
ये डिटेल्स चाहिए मेरे को, ठीक है? नॉट पर्सनल डिटेल्स, मतलब कौन है, मतलब क्या बनाया, कैसे किया, इनकी डिटेल्स चाहिए। हाँ जी बोलिए।
Sir, I had made it a project on sentiment analysis on Amazon's review, Amazon Kindle review. So
क्या रिव्यू क्या था उसका? क्या आया उसमें? Amazon Kindle बेकार है?
हाँ, उसके अंदर कुछ रिव्यूज ऐसे थे कि जो बता रहे थे कि वो बेकार है, एंड कुछ रिव्यूज ऐसे थे जो कि जरूरत नहीं है, which were telling कि that Kindle is good, and जो कि मैंने जो उसके अंदर मैंने प्रोजेक्ट के अंदर किया था, at that time that was 80%.
I'll get you connected with one of my ex-colleagues. He's from IIT Mumbai, by the way. He worked with me as a technical director at my team. I'll get you connected with him. He's in Faridabad, so any point of time, and he's a great resource. And he would love to become a mentor. So he has been doing that. Connect these guys with them. Because for him it's easier to come over here from me to Bangalore. But
plus I had made it, and plus I'm working with some on more projects on my own, जो मैं try कर पा रहा हूँ।
सुन रहे हो आप? लिख रहे हो आप? नहीं, आप बाद में पूछ सकते हो उसको, कोई टेंशन नहीं।
वो तो पूछ
लो।
So थोड़ा बहुत और projects में work
एक लिस्ट
कर रहा हूँ।
बनानी है रोहन कि कौन किस किस प्रोजेक्ट पे काम कर चुका है, काम कर रहा है यहाँ पे रहते हुए, ठीक है? कर चुका है वो छोटे से छोटा प्रोजेक्ट हो, एंड इट इज फॉर यू आल्सो CSC स्टूडेंट्स, ठीक है? ये मत सोचना कि मैं बिकॉज AI से आया हूँ तो इसलिए AI के लोगों कहूँगा। CSC के बिना क्या है? यस सर, बताइए। किस चीज़ का एक्सटेंशन है? For
taking bookmarks.
अच्छा।
Save links on the browser. So because there is a bookmark feature available in the browser, but what I did was you can use keyboard shortcuts to open the link, first 9 links. That was all.
Madhav.
Talia.
Madhav.
Good. Let's just wrap it up.
Madhav, I think for them also they have to, get.
I'm through with this.
No, we can do it offline after this.
No, I'm saying I'm through with this now. That was the last slide.
Fantastic. So, ma'am, I think you can now.
Thank you so much, sir.
Welcome.
For encouraging the students as well as the faculty members and making us realize that yes, integration of AI in our day-to-day life and to study more on business aspects of AI and also on emphasizing on the word contribute. Thank you so much, sir, for encouraging us all to study more at our end on this topic. Thank you, sir. Now I invite the head of the department, BTech programs, Professor Dipali Virmani ma'am, to present the vote of thanks.
Happy evening all.
So, sir, this is my vote of thanks to you, especially that this is the one thing I have learned from you yesterday, that using the word happy instead of good. So, warm and graceful wishes to our Honorable Chairman, sir, prestigious guests, Member of Board of Management, Director General, sir, Chairpersons, Principal, Chief Operating Officer, Director, Deans, worthy faculty members, dear students, and everyone gathered here. It's my privilege to present the vote of thanks to acknowledge the contribution of those who really worked hard to make this event successful. I am indebted to our Honorable Chairman, Sir Dr. S.C. Wirtz, for always motivating us with a pillar of strength and motivating us to do our best. Immense gratitude to the eminent members of the Board of Management for their support and constant motivation, which helps us to take new challenges round the clock. With a great deep sense of appreciation, I would like to thank Professor S. Sadagopanan, sir, for sparing time from his busy schedule and enlightening us with his golden words. Sir, in absentia, I would like to say that we will try our best to nurture the grooming buddies so that they can fly their wings and reach the heights. Thank you, sir, in absentia. Heartfelt thanks to Shri Uday Birji, sir. Sir, your positive approach and down-to-earth approach has filled us with positivity. Sir, I am sure that your thoughts and experience will help our students to begin their transformational journey. Thank you, sir. I would extend my warm thanks to Shri Madhav Bisa, sir, for his inspiring words. Sir, next time you visit us, you will definitely find our students fearless and more motivated. Thank you, sir. My sincere thanks to Shri Ashish Khare, sir. Sir, your approach to solve complex problems has made us speechless. Your 6 mantras of success will really help our students to achieve great heights. Thank you, sir, again in absentia. My special acknowledgement to Professor Golti Gibrani, ma'am, Director VSCT, for her endless guidance and supervision. Thank you, ma'am. My gratitude to Professor Supriya Madan, ma'am, Dean VSIT, for her guidance. Thank you, ma'am. Beautiful rangoli made by our students at the reception block B and block A. I think you must have seen, students. That is worth appreciation. So for that, I would like to thank Professor Saloni Priya ma'am for motivating the students to make the rangoli on a short notice. Special thanks to Dr. Ashish and Dr. Gopal, the faculty coordinators for this national conclave, to help me in making this event successful. Thank you, Ashish and Gopal. Thank you, Sonal, for beautifully presenting the event. Thank you, Sonal. My vote of thanks would be incomplete if I don't appreciate and thank all the non-teaching staff members who have put endless efforts in making the arrangement for the event. Thank you all, if you are here or not here. And at last, a special thanks to Mr. Vineet Vas, sir, for his limitless passion and never-ending efforts in making every event just perfect. Thank you, sir, again in absentia. Finally, I would like to thank our buddy rocking stars, the unicorns of tomorrow, for being patient listeners. Listening is also an art. We are speaking as an art, now listening is also an art. And you have been a patient listeners, so I am thankful to you people also. Thank you one and all. For whom I have forgot to take the names or not taken the names, thank you all for your efforts. Thank you.